So I'm John Delano, the Conservation Commission agent for West Bridgewater. I'm also the stormwater coordinator for the town, and I'm also secretary to the Open Space Committee. And some people might know me as West Bridgewater at Park Day. And at Park Day, I had a demonstration of stormwater runoff, and I want to be able to have it shown on TV so that other people that didn't make it to Park Day will be able to understand what we're trying to accomplish. And in this area of Massachusetts, we receive about 43 inches of rainfall annually. And most typical homes in West Bridgewater have a good-sized roof and a two-car garage, and a lot of runoff comes off of the roofs and runs onto the driveways and out into the streets, which the town must maintain the stormwater drains. And every bit of water that goes into it costs the town in some way, in some form or another. So what we're trying to do is have an initiative where people will try to reduce the amount of rainfall that goes into our stormwater systems. And one of the ways is to have rain gardens or landscaping features on their property that will reduce the amount of runoff. And this model that I have here today demonstrates that, and I did, as I mentioned, have it at Park Day, and a lot of people were interested in the results of the demonstration. So on this side of the model, we have a typical home with a lawn and some minor landscaping features around the foundation. On this side of the model, we have the same type of home, same type of lawn, but we incorporate features such as vegetation, pockets of vegetation, depressions where the water can collect, and those are called rain gardens. And it's represented by all the vegetation on this model, on this side of the model. So with all of the roofs that we have in West Bridgewater, each home generates around 46,000 gallons of runoff from the impervious surface of the roofs every year. That's based on the average annual rainfall. So if we can reduce the amount that's going into our stormwater systems in the streets, the town is going to be able to save some money, and we'll have to do less testing and treatment of that, because as it runs across the lawns, it picks up pollutants such as pet waste, fertilizers, chemicals that are used to kill insects and grubs and things that are in the lawn, and that collects in the runoff and gets into the street and pollutes our waterways of West Bridgewater. So to demonstrate how this works, I will take equal amounts of water in this cup and pour it on the model that has no rain gardens, and then I'll pour it on the model that has a rain garden feature. And we'll see what the results will be as it runs into the street. So I'm going to take an equal amount of water from this bucket, and this represents the rain falling on the roofs and impervious surfaces, garages, driveways on this particular lot here without any stormwater rain garden features. As you can see, there's a lot of runoff collecting into the street, and it's flooding. Now we'll try the other side of the model that has the rain garden features. And as the model shows, there's no water running into the street. It's been collected by these rain gardens, and we've reduced the amount of runoff going into our stormwater system. So what does that mean for West Bridgewater? Well, the EPA has required us to submit a permit request, and they've authorized us to discharge our stormwater into the rivers, streams, and wetlands of West Bridgewater. But in order to have that ability to do that, we have had to comply with certain requirements, and some of the requirements are to reduce the amount of pollutants that are getting into the rivers and streams and wetlands. One of the ways to do it is to collect it on the property so that it's absorbed and taken up by the plants that are in these rain gardens, and also reduce the amount of the quantity of the rainfall that's getting into the storm system, and that's accomplished by the rain gardens as well. On this side of the model, without the rain gardens, the runoff runs across the lawns, does not absorb as much as it does with the rain gardens, collects pet waste and other pollutants, and therefore we're going to have a way to take that out of our stormwater at the point where it's discharged to the rivers. So that might be putting in costly filters, a treatment system of some sort, such as a basin, and all of that would be a tremendous cost to the town. So if we all do our part by trying to incorporate these features in our designs of new lots or retrofit existing lots, we'll reduce the amount of fertilizers that are needed. We'll also reduce the amount of rainfall that escapes the property, and also beautify the property itself, because a well-designed and maintained rain garden is a beautiful feature and can be incorporated with the overall landscaping design of the lot. So hopefully, if you enjoyed this, you'll try to find some additional information on the internet by looking up rain gardens, and you can call the conservation office, and I'll be more than happy to give you assistance in designing them, explaining them a little bit more, and I appreciate your attention to this little demonstration, and thank you very much.